I'm Asia Good. My neighborhood is Hillside Court, which is on the south side of Richmond, and I've been a resident for 17 years. I came up with the idea because I am a vegetarian, and so I was struggling to get food, and so I was thinking of ways, and the way that I came up with was if the food was there and I could just go and get it, then that would be the best idea. And so then I wanted to work on the garden.
I'm Rob Jones, Executive Director of Groundwork RVA. Asia's been on our green team, and we've had the work that she's doing at Hillside on our radar for a minute. And everything from providing seedlings to providing folk from green team to work with her to sort of supporting her vision in any way as she went over to Shalom Farms and started getting really excited about like, ooh, it doesn't just have to be beds. We could plant things in the earth. Like exemplary and that we don't see every day. So Groundwork RVA is an organization that sits right at the nexus of youth development and environmental education, environmental justice. Our path has been about young folks and pushing forward young folks' vision and voice and having them have space in the environmental conversation to grow it and especially have it reverberate back to their own communities. So the Green Team is a high school-based program, and they've done everything from building trails in different places to certainly urban agriculture. Each year, 40 to 60 young folks come through, and we have both a school year program and then a summer youth employment program.
So the garden, we got it started. We grew a list of things like okra, cucumbers, rosemary, peppermint, all these different things with the help of Groundwork. Now I want to make a larger scale, sort of a mini garden-esque project, and where we can do larger, like in the ground work, where we actually plant in the ground and have different food on rotation, where also the youth can come in and work the garden themselves and do a program where they receive a stipend to work the ground, to also give the food, not only for them, but for the entire community.
Hillside Court is one of the public housing communities in Richmond. And when you hear the word food desert, it's a word that's really applicable to that community. The trek to get healthy food is really not easy for folks. As a result, people don't always eat the best.
When you talk about food justice, specifically like aligning with racial justice, there's this need for youth and people who haven't necessarily had the resources to see like these things at play. Like I hadn't seen like something grow from the ground, like a broccoli or something, until like last summer, when I was at Shalom, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, holy crap, this can actually be a thing. It really is like a revolutionary thing to have kids be able to see the things that they're eating.
When you talk about community engagement, right, we're all about, ooh, agriculture and vegetables, it's really important, da, 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 da. But when you talk to people, sometimes what matters to them is something different. And when we first came out, they're like, well, everybody else has flowers in their yard. Why can't we have flowers in our yard? And we're like, you can't have flowers in your yard. And that's what we did for our Martin Luther King Day event that year, was we came out and we helped put, now yard is a different thing at Hillside, right? It's the small piece of thing in front of your apartment. But guess what? We went down and helped them have flowers in their yard because, they deserve to have something of beauty just like anybody else, right? So yeah. That idea of meeting people where they are, as opposed to like, oh, we're from Groundwork, we know what's best. That doesn't really work that well. I mean, one of the things that we really want to have happen out of this is to have young people have the experience of being able to work and see some monetary benefit, see the ability to maybe, make some pickles or sell something out at a Black farmers market, or, whatever that may be, but to see the full cycle of you put in some work and you do some things and you can actually see result besides the food that you get out of the garden. Things don't get from dream into the world because resources are blocked by adults in one way or another, right? So whenever I see Asia smile, it's just like thank you that we've been able to get out of the way so that she can build this thing that's going to feed her and her community.